Kahalayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ochach Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. Brothers whose labor in this truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Shalom to you, brothers, and your very few sisters believe in the truth wholeheartedly, sincerely. All right. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Through the spirit and power, I pray this lesson is edifying. Pray that the spirit of Yahweh Bashem shall continue to use me to do his work in sincerity. All right. So, as you can see here on the screen, you see citizens microphone. Citizens share their views on Kamala Harris' comments on anti, alphabet bill. Just as recently, one of the brothers, the brother Yanaga, sent me a video. Sent the brothers a video regarding Kamala Harris visiting Africa and making her rounds and things in that nature. All right. But just to show, a lot of people in Africa was not too happy about it, because when America goes there, they go there to the video. I would use that video as well, but I'm gonna just touch on this one. But the reporter was going into how the people in Africa is not too happy when America comes, because not only they come with their rhetoric, but they look to try to push their ways on their people. And one of their ways of here in Babylon is confusion, which is, that alphabet stuff, man. And we're going to see a little bit of this. This is fair use for educational purposes. All right.
Find out. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Brenda.
Brenda, what are your thoughts about the visit of Kamala Harris to Ghana?
Yeah, I don't think she wants to bring the LGBT to Ghana, and it's not right, because in America homosexuality it's there, but in Ghana we have lesbians and gays. But I don't know what to say, but she shouldn't bring it to Ghana. And the vice president said,
the Speaker of Parliament.
The Speaker of Parliament says it shouldn't be in Ghana. So I think it's not right.
All right. Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. Hi, what's your name?
Moses.
Moses, nice to meet you. Have you heard of Kamala Harris's visit to Ghana?
Yeah, probably.
Have you been following it?
No.
You're not interested, eh?
Not that interested, but I have a lot of schedules to attend to.
Okay, but have you seen the reactions on social media, especially to the LGBTQ concerns and angles?
Culturally, we are not interested in that, as Ghanaians. Traditionally, we are not groomed to be those types, so I don't think our people will be okay.
He said traditionally we're not groomed to be those types. Let him finish. But you just seen the young lady here, and she interviewed even the person before the young lady. He even came off like he was a little, but he was like, nah, we against that. So it's just, man, it just shows, man, over here in the West, man, they're very vile individuals, man, but we'll get into it.
And that's what I think. It's very bad.
But she says that, all rights must be protected, whether the person has this orientation or not. You must protect their rights, and that's how far she went. She didn't ask us to pass our bill or not. She just said, this is what I believe in as a person, and that's my conviction.
Okay, fine. I think ethically, morally, and we can't judge people by the ideas, but a person's decision, I think if you the population, I could say only few people would be in that kind of lesbianism, gayism and stuff, and majority of us are not that type. And fine, if the person wants to, I don't think our people will accept that. It's not moral,
But that's why they're called minority groups.
Our people won't accept that. So her making her tour is not doing anything to persuade. People are not even paying attention to her even being in those areas, because people they're not too excited about learning the ways of Babylon, man. That's why you have those in the Middle East and different parts of the world. They're totally against Babylon coming into their countries. Babylon, also known as America, coming into their countries. That great city Babylon, also known as Sodom in Egypt, right? Spiritually known as Sodom in Egypt. They come in your countries, man, and look to destroy your country from within, with all their ideologies, their philosophies, that wine. All right?
Because, well, the belief is that those who are heterosexual are more than they are. So, what do you think? We have a bill in Parliament. It's been before the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee for quite some time. The Speaker has said that the bill will be passed. We understand the President said some modifications and all. But for you, generally as a Ghanaian, what are your thoughts about that bill and what it contains?
Okay, fine. That bill is... It's okay to that bill for that bill to be passed, but I don't think it's really moral for us. I think everyone bears that consciousness in him or her that is not right. It's not
The
right.
bill is actually forbidding that, and even for persons who promote homosexuality, you will have to face the law. So you want the bill to be passed in that form?
Yes, it should be passed in that form because it's not moral. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Moses. It's quite a busy
Because it's immoral and it should be forbidden and it should be against the law, which is, according to the scriptures, against the law. Matter of fact, we'll get that real quick. Just to get the law. Because it is, and if I'm not mistaken, matter of fact, let me get that first to make my statement. Because I just, because Ghana's in West Africa. But we'll just confirm it. Yeah, Ghana, officially the Republic of Ghana, is a country in West Africa. Yeah, and a good majority of Israelites is in West Africa. All right, a people was left over there in Africa. All right, so yeah. Let me go back to what I was getting. I believe it's Leviticus. Let me see. Sometimes. Yep, Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. You see, so the Leviticus goes into law, right? So we know that's against the Most High and His ordinances and His statutes. All right. But see, Babylon is a land of confusion that want to push their ideologies on these other countries. And like he just said, he's like, that's not how, like, that's very few. And for the most part, the people are not like that. And if you are practicing it, you should have to face the law. Now, we can go and get a little article on that real quick. We'll use Ghana first, because Ghana also did something this recently, did similar, right? So, explaining what makes Ghana's anti-alphabet bill so extreme. I'll just, that type of alphabet conduct is obviously, you got to speak in code. It's already illegal in Ghana, but MPs introduced a sweeping new anti-alphabet draft bill a year ago that would fully criminalize alphabet people, along with rights groups and anyone coming out in their support. It comes amid an outcry around very existence of people in the West African country and the advocacy on their behalf. But see, that's the thing. See, even that reporter was coming in the spirit of the agenda that the West want to push. But see, these people was just not, they was not falling towards it. You had a guy after, I think there was one guy after who was, he was like, maybe he's a little harsh, but still, man, for the most part, you have most of them not really bowing down to that, man, which was, when it comes to that, that's commendable. All right. The bill is under review by a parliamentary committee and may be amended. If passed, its current form, rights groups say it could spark a witch hunt of, my sexual minorities advocacy groups and allies, forcing the public to report on their activities. You see, but let's go here. Look at some of the faces they can charge, though. The law will criminalize with up to clamp down on alphabet identity. The law will criminalize with up to 5 years in prison identifying as that's a beautiful thing. I mean, surely they should be put to death, like the scriptures say. But listen, this is good too. This is good according to this world. I'm saying, but we can't wait till the kingdom's established, man. And if you do, man, the mother nations, they practice those acts, they will get put to death, man. All right, the law will criminalize with up to 5 years in prison identifying as alphabet people having alphabet relationship or intercourse. All right, marrying or intending to marry someone, 5 years in prison. You see, let's go over here. Having a surgery, right? How much time in prison that is? Doesn't really also say. We go to allies and advocates. Any allies to the alphabet people, individual advocacy exposure could be prosecuted and face up to 5 years in prison. You see? Any person, group, or seen promoting identities or acts prohibited in the bill or campaign to support the rights, people could face up to tougher terms, up to 10 years in prison. You see? That's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Look, we go here. Also in Uganda, Parliament passes bill criminalizing identifying as, imposes death penalty for some offenses. See, that's in line with the scriptures, man. You see? And you got the West trying to try to force Uganda. Matter of fact, let's see what I think is in this article. I seen it in another article where the West is trying to make it difficult for them because they're implementing that law. This one, it was in this article. Let me check it out. USA. I don't know what these words are. Let's put that. Let's see what this says. Let's go ahead. Let's see what this says. UN. This is CNN, Wednesday, March 22nd. UN, U.S. join chorus of condemnation against Uganda's hardline anti-alphabet bill. United Nations, United States on Wednesday added to international outrage over a hardline bill passed by Ugandan lawmakers that criminalizes simply identifying as the alphabet, prescribes a life sentence for convicted, alphabet people, and a death penalty for aggravated, but bottom line, man, they didn't complain. Let's bring out some scriptures, man. All right, so, all right, matter of fact, let's go ahead. 2 Peter 2:6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overflow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Right. So bottom line, that was an example of what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah for them living in that doing those abominable acts, man. So that's why the Lord he's gonna be pleading with all flesh, man, because these people, they're giving over to their lewdness, man, and their abominable, despicable acts, man. And the Lord is getting, you've seen what happened with the Dalai Lama today, man. If you've seen that, man, you already know what happened when a little boy. He apologizes because he asked the little boy to suck his tongue, man. See, that Babylon likes stuff like that, man. That was okay. It just wasn't it's not legal yet. But don't see an outcry, or the UN and the US having an outcry about that. That should right off the rip, that should have been an outcry, right? But they have an outcry because they want to go against that lewd behavior. You see? Now you can see, woe to them that make good evil and evil good. All right? I ain't gonna hold you too long, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Go to Romans 1. Go to the bottom. For this cause, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. Now let's go read it in the NLT. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the woman turned against the natural way to have sex, and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffered with themselves the penalty they deserved. You see, the Lord is coming to plead with all flesh. And if you're an Israelite, the heathen nations are already gonna get what they got, gonna get what's coming to them. But if you're an Israelite and you get caught doing that lewd behavior, you doing it, and just get caught with your iniquity, adding sin upon sin, whatever it is, the Lord is coming to plead with your flesh, man, and you're gonna have to be cleansed and purged out, and have to come in as a newborn babe into the kingdom, but you will feel the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. And you see that, man, but that was just to show you how the West is full of Babylon. America is full of confusion, man. Everything's out of order, man. And they look to push their ways on these other nations, and that's why these other nations, they drinking the wine is mad, but now that wine is starting to wear off, man. And they starting to see that who they really are, and that's just to come in, like it says, the confessions of an economical hitman. They come into, and not only that, they put all these economical business have their ways, and then they also try to come in a sense of democracy, and they come in the sense of their that liberal mind state where it's just disgusting, man. Coming in with their philosophies to destroy your country, man. Where there's no order. See, they don't like order, man. It's that Aleister Crowley spirit. Do what thou wilt, man. Do whatever you want. You can have. I just seen an article. Somebody married a ghost, man, or whatever. It's just these people are sick here, or whatever. Even if it's just our people, these people are sick through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is going to correct it. All right. Dad, I just want to share that with you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Call line like Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Yahushua, Shalom.